and welcome back to the channel. As you see on the screen, family, the subject in which I am going to be speaking on, I'm going to go deep on this one because from time to time it is very necessary to wake up people in this way. The message of today is that we have no time to babysit folks' emotional demons. No time to babysit. If you open up your eyes and look around, if you listen, if you are paying attention, so much is happening. Now, a lot of people manage to crawl into their little corner of the world and merely shut the door, thinking or believing that they are closing off everything and everybody. In a sense, you are, but in a sense, you are not. And so let me break this down and unpack this for you. The sense in which you can shut yourself off, of course, is when you go in your home and you don't have to come out for any particular thing unless you're shopping or going to work or whatever. Okay, you come home, you close the door and you say, okay, I'm finished with the world for today, right? So you can do that. You know, depending on how often you go out. Some people don't work outside of the home, so they don't have to go out every day and face folks, right? Some go and they do business transactions with other people. They're visiting this place and that place, picking up this, dropping off that, just a number of different things. So you are going to encounter people. And the reason why I'm referencing people is because people carry spirits or emotional demons, right? And we have no time to babysit folks' emotional demons. You never know what you're going to encounter from one day to the next. Okay. Now, the way in which you cannot shut off these things, there are people who are doing things, making moves, making policies, making laws, who also have some emotional demons that they actually force on the population. Something that you can't opt out of, something that you can't say, well, you know what, I'm not going to work today, or I'm not going to the church house today, or I'm not going to the store today. These are policies that are put in place that you have no control over. You cannot opt out. And you are essentially dealing with someone's emotional demon that they are using to make policies that will affect everyone's life. What am I talking about as I refer to demons as emotional demons? A lot of people don't realize that the attitudes that people express, the words that they say, the actions that they carried out, many times are influenced by demons. In many cases, emotional demons, right? You'll hear men who will say that women are very emotional. They use it as an insult, right? It's basically used as an insult to kind of shut down what the woman is saying, to make it seem as though it has no weight because she's just emotional. This is why she's saying it, right? So this video is not about men versus women. So let me just get that out of the way now. I just wanted to mention, since I'm talking about emotional demons, I wanted to bring up the fact that a lot of times the men, you'll see them in the comment section or even in their videos when they're making commentary about women, they will say that women are emotional in their responses towards things, as if only women carry emotions. So what I want to show here or share here is that emotions aren't just something that are limited to women, and it's not just limited to a female emotion. There are a number of different emotions, and I'm just going to give you a quick short list here. Emotion of interest. Joy is an emotion. Surprise is an emotion. Sadness. Do these sound like things that are only limited to women? Anger, disgust, contempt, self-hostility, fear, shame, shyness, guilt. All of these are emotions. Okay, so someone being emotional has nothing to do with whether or not they're male or female, because I've seen a lot of men expressing anger. I've seen a lot of women expressing anger. You see, joy I've seen coming from men and women. guilt, men and women, old and young, right? And so there is definitely emotional demons that are dealing with people, period. And you can't afford to babysit people's emotions in this last day, because there's so much happening so fast and people are becoming more and more emotional. This is why there was a report that road rage incidents are increasing in this country, because someone's emotional demon got a hold of them. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these road rage incidents, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them involved angry men. So again, emotions is not just something to be attached to a woman, but men as well. And we don't have time to babysit people's emotional demons. What we need to do is steer clear of people who carry these emotional demons around, and they want you to be affected by their emotional demons. Some people will use words, okay? They will allow these emotional demons to speak to them, to cause them to say words that they believe are going to cause damage in someone else's life. But let me tell you something. You don't have time to babysit that. If a person is running their mouth about you, saying all manner of evil against you, trying to speak curses against you, trying to discourage you, trying to anger you, trying to push your buttons, whatever it is a person is allowing their emotional demons to do, their emotional demons are controlling them to try to control you, so that you can have emotional demons manifesting in you as well. What you need to do is put on the whole armor of the Most High Yah, that you may be able to stand against the wiles or the devices of the enemy. A lot of people don't even know or realize they're being controlled by any kind of demon, much less an emotional demon. Some people will experience feelings of anger or rage or jealousy towards another person, and they will allow their emotional demons to stir up in them, to stir up in their spirit. And as these emotional demons stir up in their spirit, it causes them to react or respond in a way that is not normal. It will cause them to respond in a way that they are literally attacking another person. These demons, they know how to infiltrate the minds, thoughts, and conversation of people. They know how. So this is what they do. A lot of people are easily controlled by demons. This is why you will see a person who attacks another person for no reason. We saw an angry demon in the man who took his vehicle and ran over a young woman 3 times. Because that emotional demon took over him. It was a minor fender bender, but he used that as an opportunity to try to take her life, because he allowed that emotional demon to take hold of his mind and body and actions. You have others who will allow their emotional demons to cause them to speak on things they know not of. They will speak curses against another person, or they will pronounce judgments on another person that did not come from the Most High Yah himself. But it is a result of an emotional demon that they have. They don't like this person. They may feel that this person is in a way that they shouldn't be. They may be jealous of this person. They may envy this person or be covetous towards this person. And so they will conjure up in their minds wickedness against that person. They will lay charges against that person's walk with the Most High, charges against their marriage, charges against their character, charges against anything dealing with that person because of their emotional demons. And then they will speak things that ultimately activates the judgment of Yah against them, because they made an unlawful judgment against another person. Emotional demons work in the religious arena, causing pastors and leaders to speak and teach things that are not sound doctrine, things that are for filthy lucre's sake, things that causes people to get emotional in the temple, but not really guiding them towards a real relationship with the Most High. So these emotional demons work in many different ways through many different people. In the workplace, you have emotional demons that will stir up an environment. Starting at the top, you will have a boss or supervisor who for no reason at all targets you. They target you with their emotions and their feelings because that spirit in them wants to break you or push you over the edge to cause you to do something that you would normally do. Or it can cause something in the whole environment to where the people within that atmosphere, within that workplace, are so stirred up, so bothered, so contentious one against another because there is an atmosphere or an environment that has been stirred up by an emotional demon. These emotional demons come into households, causing one to speak a trigger word and another to be affected by the trigger word. And what you have is a chaotic environment that is increased because of trigger words that were planted by emotional demons and people who could not identify that it was an emotional demon, and they react or respond accordingly. When you don't know or understand that there is a demonic presence in your environment, whether you are at home, whether you're at work, whether you're in school, in the grocery store, on the streets, regardless to where you are, if you are unable to discern the emotional demons in the atmosphere or around you, you can become a victim, both naturally and spiritually. Many times, a person will see someone enter into a place of business, and their mind instantly tells them that something is off or something is wrong. Something is going on with that person, right? But they don't respond or react accordingly because they say, well, I don't want to judge him. I don't know the person. Some things are not about judging. Some things are about discerning or paying attention. See, that word judge has been inserted into everything so that you can essentially shut the mouth of someone who is trying to bring forth truth. There are different kinds of judgment or judgment calls that a person can make, you see. But again, people want to use the word of the Most High deceitfully so that they can keep people from judging situations and circumstances properly and according to biblical standards. When you mix all of this together, what you have essentially created is the perfect environment for emotional demons to come in, to infiltrate, to control, and to take hold of. We don't have any time to babysit folks and their emotional demons. When you see the emotions of people are being stirred up in the wrong way, it is time to exit the building. You don't have time to sit there and try to talk to them and try to reason with them. Sometimes you have to let it go. Let me tell you what I mean by that. See, sometimes we think that we're supposed to talk a person off the ledge, so to speak, right? If a person has been demonically infiltrated, a person has been affected by demons, a person has allowed demons to take hold, sometimes you have to pray for them, fast for them, and intervene for them from a distance. You do not have to bring a person into your environment to prove that you love them. Many times we believe that we have to bring people in, bring them into our environment, into our atmosphere, into our space in order to work with them. But sometimes you have to let it go. You have no time to babysit folks' emotional demons. You have got to use spiritual discernment before dealing with people. A lot of people come off as very religious. They're quoting scripture and they're saying what thus saith the Most High. They're saying all kinds of things, calling death on other people. One thing y'all got to understand, and I'm going to talk about this, the spirit of death, in another video, because I think it's very important that we understand, because the spirit of death has been unleashed on this planet. But you have some people who try to use it as a weapon against others. They try to use it as a weapon against others, and they are making unlawful judgments against others. It is one thing if the Most High judges a person and takes their life because of some wickedness. That was the Most High is doing. But you yourself, who are speaking death on someone who is alive, and you are essentially hoping that that they die, or that they are killed by the Most High unlawfully, then that judgment of death can turn around on you. I have to say unlawfully for those of you who don't understand how many of the prophets of old were able to do this, because they were truly used by the Most High Yah. They were truly used. And we're also going to be breaking down what it means to be a true prophet of Yah, because there are those who have appointed themselves as prophets, speaking things that they ought not speak, saying that the Most High have said something when he has not said. And I have seen people calling death on others, speaking death on people. And I'm not talking about people who are already dead and who have already been judged of the Most High. I'm talking about speaking death on someone you don't like, someone you don't agree with, someone that you're jealous of. You have to understand that the Most High is not like man. He's not going to kill someone because you don't like them or because you don't agree with them. So you must be careful. You must be careful that when you are speaking and you are calling for, or you're stating that the Most High is going to kill someone, I see that a lot amongst religious people. These are actually words coming from you. You're hoping or wishing for death on another person. That is a very dangerous game to play, because we have seen it too many times among religious people, where they will call for judgment on someone or for their household or their family. And we have seen the Most High turn that judgment around on them, because they allowed their emotional demons to cause them to speak words that they were not supposed to speak, unlawful words. You cannot curse someone who the Most High has not cursed. When you do that, you are calling a curse to yourself. Be very careful with that, family. I know and I understand that so much is happening. Some people have been hurt by others. In a situation where you have been hurt by someone, all you have to say is, may the Most High judge between me and that person. You don't need to call for death against no one, because the Most High may not want to kill someone. He may not want to take a person's life. His judgment for a person may be something totally different than what you are hoping for. Don't allow emotional demons to cause Yah's judgment to come on you for making an unlawful judgment against another. Again, there is so much to understand about all of this, people. There's so much to understand. There are things that the Most High is judging the world for. The whole world is being judged, and his judgment is going to increase on the planet. There are people, individuals, families, ministries, neighborhoods, communities, countries that are being judged. This is why you will see something happen in a region of the world that is not happening someplace else. The Most High is pouring out his judgment for many different reasons on many different groups and people and individuals. His judgments stand true. And his judgments include judging those who have unrighteously judged others. That's going to go right over some of y'all's heads, because you don't understand Yah's judgment. It will go right over your head. Some people don't understand Yah, so therefore they are doing a lot of unlawful spiritual things that is essentially activating judgment against them. I am done with this video. Of course, I can go on and on. I started to go live with this because I can, interact more with the audience, because certain things can be shared and said that I could respond to, because I see your comments, and many of you, when I speak on certain things, you know exactly where I'm coming from, and you have stories that you like to share with us, and we certainly appreciate that, because there are some very spiritual things happening in the world, y'all. This is why the Bible tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers of darkness of this world, against the powers of darkness, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And I often say in low places as well. It's not against flesh and blood, but it's against the powers of darkness, the principalities that people have allowed to control them with these emotional demons. These emotional demons get stirred up in people. And that is where your battle really is. When people attack you for no reason, the scripture says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and say all manner of evil against you for my sake." So if you are blessed when men revile you and say all evil and all manner of evil against you, what does that say about the person who says and does the thing? Those who say and speak and do all manner of evil, they are not blessed. They are the opposite of that. They are cursed. And they have activated judgment or chastisement against their own selves. That's why the Bible also says, "I will bless them that bless you and curse them that curse you." I am going to close it out right there. Leave your comments below. Remember, until next time, I am out. Keep it tight. Keep it right. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.